What's up, YouTube skate fam? Today, I'm gonna teach you a really fun trick, the board slide. Let's get into it.
Yep.
So today, I'm gonna be teaching you how to board slide. More specifically, board slide a parking block. Because when you learn a board slide, there are several different things you can board slide. A parking block is number one. Number two, there are rails. There are two types of rails, round rail.
Hey, I'll take that.
And square rails. Today, we're focusing on how to board slide a parking block.
Go!
All right, so now that you've had the chance to see a few in real time coming off regular stance and also popping off fakie, which we'll get into, I'll teach you how to do both of those. What I want to do is start to slow some of this down and voice over the trick. I have a lot of good trick tips. This is something that's very fun. It's not that difficult to do. It does take some courage, but anyone can do it. If you put these trick tips into effect, I guarantee you can get your first board slide on your first session trying them. If you listen, I'll show you how to slappy board slide coming off regular and fakie in today's lesson, and I guarantee with the right effort and courage and commitment, you're gonna land this trick and have a lot of fun doing it. It's also a great abdominal workout. You'll know why once you start getting into them. Okay, first things first is the approach. What I like to do is get pretty close to the rail. I want to have a long runway ahead. I want my feet to be set up on the board, normal riding position. Nothing changes here. I just want my foot on the tail enough so that I'm going to be able to lift up the nose and do a quarter turn front side, because that's how I am going to get into this board slide. So what I want to do is go straight at it, head on. Nice speed. Actually, speed is your friend. You don't have to go too fast, but if you don't go fast enough, you're not gonna slide. So you do want to have some speed. I think the faster in some cases the better, but again, you do not have to go super fast. Come really close. I like to get low. I get crouched. As soon as I approach that parking block, what I'm gonna do is lift, and I actually don't even do a quarter turn. When I lift, I'm actually doing about 1/8 of a turn to get the wheels over, and I actually start my slide diagonally. I don't straighten out until I'm actually on the rail and I'm kind of, or on the parking block in this case, and I have the parking block positioned in the center of my board. From there, I am going to hold that stance. And you might say, okay, what stance is that? The stance you're looking for is a wide stance. Your riding stance is wide enough, knees bent. What you're gonna wanna do is arms up and out in front of you, and if anything, you're leaning forward a little bit. If that board stops on you, you want your momentum going forward so that you can run out and not get hurt. What you don't want is to slip out, and the way to slip out is to not lean far enough to the front. When you're leaning back and you're in the back seat, that's when you tend to slip out, and that's gonna cause you to fall down and bump your tailbone or your hip and put your wrist down and all that. So you're really increasing the risk for injury. But when you come in at a 1/8 quarter turn front side, you start the slide. Then once you're sliding, you can easily position to where you're have that parking block in the center. You're gonna hold that position for as long as you wanna slide. When you see the end of the parking block, that is when you do a quarter turn off onto the cement and you continue to roll in the same direction. Okay, so now let's talk about coming off. So you hold that position, wide stance, arms out in front, knees bent, butt out a little bit, and shoulders kind of lean in forward over the knees. You're going forward in the slide. When you see the end of the parking block, you, with your rear leg and pushing on the tail, you're gonna very quickly spin into a quarter turn. Now, you can pop off, almost like air off, and do it in the air, but the problem with parking blocks is you don't have a lot of air time. So what you want to do is right at the end, in a very quick and confident motion, you are going to turn off. You can just basically slide off the block. I don't consciously put my wheels down and do the quarter turn. It happens so fast, I kind of let it happen naturally. I just spin off, and then your momentum continues to go straight. If you're gonna pop off fakie, you're gonna do the opposite. But in fakie stance, you really do have to push that rear foot, the foot that's on the tail, forward. You really gotta give it a shove. If not, you're not gonna come off fakie completely. And that's okay. You can spin out back 180, either front side or back side, as you've seen me do in a few of these clips here. So it will still work, but I find for fakie, I really gotta thrust the rear leg, the foot that's on the tail, forward and continue in that position. That's how you pop off. From there, it's time to celebrate and smile, because that sure was exhilarating as well as fun. Next, do it again. All right, skate fam, that's gonna wrap up today's tutorial on how to board slide on a parking block. To recap, you wanna approach with the right amount of speed. You don't wanna go too slow. If you go too slow, you're gonna do like what you saw me do in one of those clips, and you're gonna go forward. In that clip, I think my front wheel caught the concrete and that threw me forward. But approach the parking block. It's going to be behind you when you get on. You're gonna start the slide at not a quarter turn, instead about a 1/8 turn. You start the slide like this, then you're going to get in that position where the parking block and the board is, they are crossed. They're making a cross, like a crosshair. So what you're gonna do is get on, 1/8 turn, slowly turns into a quarter turn. Your feet are in your riding stance, nice and wide, soft knees, butt out a little bit, shoulders over the knees, and hands up. I find that helps me naturally balance. You're gonna hold that position and have fun, because this trick is super fun. Hold that position, hold that slide. When you see the end of the block, the very end, or right when you feel yourself start to pop off or fall off, you wanna do a quick quarter turn, backside quarter turn, and keep going in the same position. If you're gonna pop off regular, if you're gonna pop off fakie, it's the opposite. Again, I find that when I pop off fakie, I really gotta throw the tail and the rear foot that's on the tail forward super hard, or else I don't come off enough, and I end up having to quarter turn out of it to right myself and continue on in the direction. But it works either way, and it's fun, and you got the board slide done. This is a really fun trick. Get out there and learn it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Drop them in the comments. If you have any trick tip requests, let me know. If I can do it, I'm here for you. If I can't do it, maybe I'll try to learn it and teach you. Thanks again, skate fam. Really appreciate you. If you know someone trying to learn this trick, please share it with them. Goodbye.
Yeah!